From cleaning his floors to owning his heart. Part 2. Written by Fizzy. Make sure Zara didn't feel the pain of their poverty. Sometimes, when the work was too much, she would pause for a moment to catch her breath. She would find a quiet corner or a park bench, close her eyes for just a second, and think of her father. She wondered if he had ever imagined that his family would be like this, struggling, just barely scraping by. The thought was too painful to dwell on for long. She would force herself to get up, to keep going. They had no other choice. On one particularly long day, after finishing a shift at the cafe and cleaning another apartment building, Tignola found herself walking home in the cool evening air. Her legs were sore, and her feet ached from the hours of standing. As she walked through the busy streets, the noise and chaos of the city felt like it was closing in on her. She pulled her coat tighter around her and quickened her pace. But just as she was about to cross the street near a small market, a voice called out to her. "Tignola," the voice said, filled with surprise. She turned, blinking in confusion. It was a face she hadn't seen in years. There, standing on the sidewalk, was Ifema. Tignola's heart skipped a beat. Ifema had been her childhood friend, but she had left the city years ago, looking for a better life. The last time Tignola had seen her, Ifema was just a young girl like herself, with big dreams and a bright smile. But now, Ifema looked completely different. She was dressed in a sleek, expensive outfit, and her hair was perfectly styled. A shiny car was parked nearby, the kind of car Tignola had only ever seen in movies. "Ifema?" Tignola asked, almost not believing her eyes. Ifema smiled brightly and rushed over to hug Tignola. The embrace was warm and full of joy, but Tignola couldn't help but feel a pang of jealousy. Ifema's life had clearly changed. She looked so happy, so put together, while Tignola felt like she was falling apart. "It's been so long, Tignola. You look, well, different, but still the same in so many ways," Ifema said, stepping back to look at her old friend. "How have you been?" Tignola's smile faltered as she tried to answer. She didn't want to talk about how much she had struggled, how hard every day had become. It felt too embarrassing to admit how difficult life had been. "I've been okay," she said, though the words didn't feel true. Ifema studied her for a moment, then put a hand on Tignola's shoulder. "I can see it in your eyes. You're tired, Tignola. You've been carrying all this weight on your own. You don't have to. I've built a life for myself now. Things are different. You don't have to struggle like this anymore." Tignola blinked, the words sinking into her slowly. She had always admired Ifema's ambition.